God, the all-terrain vehicles just keep coming in, one after the next. Hey, tubers! Welcome back for another adventure. And boy, this is one adventure to look at. You might be wondering why I would buy another early 80s Suzuki LT125. I picked up this 125 a while ago, and to be honest, I really don't love the 125. But anyway, so I got this rig, I got it home, I got it started. I started doing some research and I realized I couldn't find a seat. So my buddy offered me up the one that you saw in the back of the truck. And as you could see, the one on the back of the truck gets me plastics, exhaust, a bunch of pieces, but most of all, what it gets me is the seat. These seats aren't the easiest things to find. He also threw in the motor. Unfortunately, I did not get the recoil that went with it. I would have really liked to get my hot little hands on that. But even looking at the motor, the rings aren't in too bad a shape. It's got a bunch of hardware, right, which is really handy. I have the head, the jug. I'm told it needs valve work. And the valves are even missing. It definitely needs valve work. So that's what I got. I mean, the speedo. I mean, the whole shoot match is here. I even have the exhaust system, the ignition, looks like the throttle. The tires more or less hold there. So between what I could get from this and what I have left over, I could theoretically get a 125 running again. For anybody who owns one of these, and I'm not picking on it, it's an early machine. You know, it's like comparing a Model A or a horse and wagon against a Lamborghini, right? So this is an early machine, but the lack of suspension, the narrow wheelbase, these really weren't very great machines. I guess for kids to putter around the backyard, they weren't bad. But you know, if you put an adult on it, which is tempting when you have a banana seat that's 4 foot long, to put an adult and a child on, they are tippy, right? It's very easy to get your center of gravity up, and then they could flip right over. So I bought it for a parts machine. I paid $200 for the all-terrain vehicle, all these parts, and I'll talk about this guy here in a moment. To be honest, I really didn't even look at this. I'm surprised he didn't keep the clutch, it's loose. Anyway, this is your basic, what, 3 horsepower Briggs and Stratton, yep, right there on the side. Oh, you know, it's got the gummed up gas tank. I don't know, does it have compression? If it does have compression, it ain't much. So he threw that in. Once again, parts motor. One could easily hack your standard PZ27 carburetor to that with a bit of a mount adjustment, you know, put a 45 on it, get it kicked off to the side, throw one of those carburetors in a gas tank, you get the engine running. You know, that does in the governor. You can really rev it up. I don't know if this has a plastic gear for the governor. No matter what, if you're going to rev the heck out of them, it pays to crack the case over it and get the pieces of governor out of there. I don't know. When I could get mostly a complete quad with the nuts and bolts and exhaust system. I even got the carburetor here. Right. When I could get something like that for a couple $100, I normally jump on it because you never know when you're going to need pieces, parts. And for anybody who buys pieces, parts, you would know that's not a bad deal. We have some nasty weather blowing in, so I gotta get this stuff put away and get in the house before then. I would sand these down and paint them. The white doesn't look half bad on this machine. You guys, I'll take your thoughts. My other temptation for one of these is putting, your basic Predator with a torque converter. You could go Predator, torque converter, forward and reverse. It costs you about $400, give or take a little bit. The torque converter is a little under 100. The engine's 100 and a quarter. And then you got to get the transmission on there. $300 anyway. And it looks like there's enough room. You really do want that forward and reverse. I don't know about you guys. I'm a little beyond having to get off the thing and push it forward and backwards. The frame on this thing is pretty stout, sturdy. With the torque converter and all, you up it to 200 cc's, 6.5 horsepower. The Predator's pretty bulletproof, or you spend another $129 and get yourself another one if it becomes less than bulletproof. And with forward and reverse, even though you don't have suspension, given its short wheelbase, you can make a pretty useful tow rig for around the property. Just for dragging things around. Maybe even put a set of bars off of it, a little hook on the back, and use it to drag things. Put a weight in the front. Put a little spindle hook on it with an electric winch, and then kind of pick up things on a hook and drag them around. You got quite a bit of space back here, so whatever you're dragging, it's only going to hit the tires. Make a mini tow truck out of it. Anyway, I needed the seat, and I needed the recoil, and having the other parts won't be bad to have around. I'm sure you guys are going to share your thoughts. I could think of 2 people immediately who would say, God, Harvey, you got to stop bringing home so much junk, including my wife. Let's make that 3. Anyway, I need you all to keep your feet down, your heads up, and I need you all to get out there and enjoy each and every day. Have fun. You don't know how many great days you're going to get, so enjoy everyone that comes by. Take care now.